Good day everyone. Today we have the 2025 Honda Civic. This is going to be full in-depth review of the all-new Honda Civic. So you have probably seen the previous video, which is the 2000 Honda Civic SIR, and after 25 years, we have the all-new Honda Civic. So, is it better? Is it faster? Is it more efficient? Is it way better than the Honda Civic SIR 2000 from 25 years ago? Let's try and find out. And now the all-new 2025 Civic comes with your key fob or smart key access system. So you could lock and unlock the doors with these lines right here. So right now, the side mirror is currently folded up, so meaning that the car is currently locked. And for you to unlock with your key fob inside your pocket, just put your hand behind the handle and it automatically unlocks. Now right here on the door sidings, you have plastic materials right here, cloth inserts right here on the middle, and your piano black accent right here. Your door handle has your chrome finish, window controls right here, side mirror controls, cup holder, and your door speakers. And right here is also your trunk release. Now the seats right here has your side airbags, recliner is right here, height adjustment, and your seat position control right here on the bottom. The seats are covered in cloth with your white stitchings that wraps around the seats. And as you can see, it has an accent as well. Very comfortable. Now with the key fob set aside in here, you could start the accessories with just the push button right here. So radio turns on accessory mode. Once more for ignition. And to start the engine, just put your foot on the brake and then push the button to start. There we go. So, before we go and check out the interior, let's go and check out the exterior first by turning on the headlights. You have auto mode as well, fog lights, and the hazards. Now all windows are electrically powered and both the front windows are automatic up and down. Today, we're diving in the 2025 Honda Civic V, a car that continues to set the standard in the compact sedan segment. With its sleek design, advanced technology, and reliable performance, the Civic has always been a crowd favorite. Let's take a closer look at what this latest model has to offer. At first glance, the 2025 Civic presents a refined and sporty aesthetic. Honda has carried over the sophisticated design language introduced in the previous generation, with subtle updates that keep it fresh and modern. These LED headlights are not just for show. They're designed to improve visibility while maintaining a sleek appearance. The front fascia is clean with minimalistic lines that enhance the overall aerodynamic profile of the car. Moving to the side, the 2024 Civic retains its low and wide stance, contributing to both its sporty look and its excellent road holding capabilities. When you look at the new Civic on the side, you could mistaken it to be a Honda Accord, boasting that huge front area and a straightforward side profile, giving it an elongated look. The 17-inch alloy wheels add a touch of flair to the overall look. Though I'm not personally a fan of the two-tone design on the stock rims, the new Civic probably is screaming to be modified, or you could just probably upgrade it to the RS variant wheels if you still want to keep it original. At the rear, the Civic sports a clean and cohesive design. The LED taillights are sleek and wrap around the sides, enhancing visibility and style. The integrated spoiler on the trunk lid adds a subtle sporty touch without going overboard. Driving the 2025 Civic is a breeze. I was actually very impressed on how the Civic can both have firm, sporty suspension but at the same time being a comfortable ride. The handling is also very sharp with responsive steering that equates to the overall driving experience. The Civic is just right in terms of power. It's not the fastest sedan out there, but the 1.5-liter turbo engine would suffice on your daily driving needs. Road noise could also be improved a little more. With this price point, I expected a little more premiumness with at least better road noise isolation. In conclusion, the 2025 Honda Civic continues to be a top contender in its class. With its stylish design, advanced technology, and well-rounded performance, it's a car that appeals to a wide range of drivers. Whether you're looking for a reliable daily driver or a car that adds a bit of excitement to your commute, the Civic is definitely worth considering. So, let's go and pop the hood and check out the engine. The 2025 Honda Civic comes only in one engine option, which is the L15VG 1.5-liter 4-cylinder dual overhead cam turbo gasoline engine. It produces 182 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 240 Newton meters of torque at 1,700 to 4,500 RPM. It is paired with a continuously variable transmission. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration time is clocked at 8.1 seconds with a top speed rating of 200 kilometers per hour. Mixed fuel consumption rating is at 9.5 kilometers per liter with a fuel tank capacity of 47 liters. So, let's give her a few revs and check how the engine sounds. Now, on the inside, you're greeted with the 4-spoke steering wheel right here. It is covered in plastic. You have side extensions here for better grip. Electric power steering is slightly on the firm side. And you have your piano black accent that wraps around the horn button. On the left-hand side, you have your volume controls, your home button for this gauge cluster right here, voice command, different source for the head unit. Let's mute that out. Previous and next. And this is your driving controls. So you have your lane departure assist, your cruise control, and front collision sensitivity right here. Now let's go and check out the gauge cluster. So first and foremost, you have the digital display right here on the left side and your analog speedometer right here on the right. Now for the left side, you could scroll using this button right here and check out what this gauge cluster has to offer. This is the default option, the no content, and from the word itself, it shows no content. And you have warnings. So this one warns me that the fuel is low, so we need to refuel soon. And this is your average fuel kilometers right here. And right here on the middle, the bar right here is the instantaneous kilometers per liter. And right on the top is your total range before you deplete all of your gas. And right now, I only have 13 kilometers of range. That's why it's giving me a signal that we need to fuel up. So you have trip A and trip B here. Let's go and check out the others. Speed and time. So this is the elapsed time, 39 hours with an average speed of 28 kilometers per hour on the trip B and trip A. So this one automatically adjusts the average speed and the elapsed time, and of course your total trip. Driver attention. Now this one is actually a very good safety feature. So this one gives you the attention level you have. So this would compute automatically of how long you are driving, how fast you are going, and it might give you a signal to rest a bit for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you proceed on driving. Or it could just notify you that you could probably take a rest. So that's about it for the driver attention. And for maintenance, of course, you got different parameters right here. So this one is distance to engine oil replacement. We have 5,000 kilometers before we changed the engine oil. Safety support. So this is for the driving. A lot of sensors in here. Settings. Vehicle settings. So as you can see, we have a lot of settings in here for the driving or the driver safety features. We have the forward collision warning distance, acceleration forward, vehicle detect beep, lead car departure, road departure mitigation setting, lane keeping assist. This one actually, when I test drove the car, if you go out of your lane, it would automatically give some force or feedback on the steering wheel. Let's say I'm driving on a straight line and I haven't been noticing, but I am slightly going to the right without turning my signals on. The steering wheel and the gauge cluster would notify me that I am out of my lane, and the steering wheel would give a slight force pushing you back to your lane. So that's a neat safety feature. The only time that the gauge cluster and the steering wheel would not push you back to your lane is if you use your signal lights. So if you want to change lanes, use your signals. Driver attention monitor. So that's it. Customize display. Check that out. So in here, you could activate and deactivate some parameters in here, but all of them are checked. So we have checked all of the contents that the gauge cluster has. So yeah, that's the gauge cluster, half digital, half analog. The speedometer is still analog, which I think is good because some of them will probably tune this out, and an analog gauge cluster would be more accurate and more sporty, to be honest, and give you that classic feel of a sport econo car. So that's nice. Now, the steering wheel could also be adjusted, by the way, both telescopic and tilt. It's nice. On the left hand side, you have your air conditioning vents with your honeycomb signature grille for the 2025 Honda Civic. This one's really nice. You have your instrument gauge cluster brightness. So you could dim the gauge cluster or set it at the brightest one. And in here, you have your road departure mitigation. So this is for the driving safety features. One touch button right here. Traction control. Trunk release. And here is your window controls, as you have seen earlier, which is nice. Pockets in here. Now right here on the middle, you have your CVT with, of course, sport mode and low gear mode. Put the gear in R or reverse, you have your rear backup camera. Now the rear backup camera has different views. So right here is the top view, this one's the wider view, and this one is the fisheye view. Now this one, the lines right here automatically adjust to the steering wheel, as you can see. Very nice. Cup holder in here, and you have a carbon fiber accent in here on the middle, which is nice. Very nice solid material right here. Center console, and on the center console you have a pocket in here, which you could just pull out like so, and you could put it here or here depending on you. But for the most part, the center console here is quite deep. You could put a lot of stuff in there, which is nice. And this one is your electronic parking brake and your brake hold feature, which I have already discussed from my previous videos. Econ button. So this one actually activates the most economic, the most efficient drive that you could get for the Honda Civic. So this is just a guide for you. Well, basically, if you want to be an efficient driver, it's all about how you press the pedal. But for the most part, it's good that they included the Econ button for a guidance for you on how to be efficient on driving. Okay. And right here on the middle, you have a slot in here. You could probably put a wireless charger right here if I'm pretty sure that will be available as an option later in the future. But the top of the line model probably has the wireless charger right here. But for this one, you only have the USB input for the Apple CarPlay right here and your 12 volts DC outlet. Now right here is the air conditioning controls. You have the push button for the auto mode, and you have temperature right here. Max cool, recircular vents, front defogger, and rear defogger. And right here is your fan speed, and you have a display right here on the knob. And right here is your different modes. AC button, which is quite nice, and I like how solid and premium this one feels. Now this is my favorite part of the interior, this honeycomb bar right here that goes through the whole dashboard and on the left side as well. Well, actually, these are just designs on it, but it gives that stealth look to the air conditioning vents, because this was actually the control for the vent. So you could put it on the left, swing it to the right, and you know, the height is also in here. And you can't really see the air conditioning vents with the first look, which is really nice. So this one's actually very simple to use. Just point this one towards to whatever spot you want to be cooled down. Let's say I'll point this to the camera, and the air is directly going to that point. So it's quite nice. But if you zoom in closely, you would see that the air conditioning vents are actually in there. Very nice. Now right here on the middle is your infotainment system. So let's go and try what this one has to offer. Okay, since we're in FM, let's try listening to some music. Let's go 99.1. Now, I would say the speakers are, well, it has some power to the speakers. You have some clarity in here on the tweeter speakers and a little bit of bass right on the door speakers. But overall, I'm not really that satisfied on how the speakers sound. At this price point, they should have included a branded speaker right here. I'm not so sure if the top of the line models of the Honda Civic came with a branded speaker, but nonetheless, on this variant of the Honda Civic, I'm not really satisfied with the speakers. I mean, it's FM, so I cannot really, justify it. But for the most part, all of my tests or sound tests use FM. And some of the speakers I have heard from others are really good. This one is just okay. It's not bad, but it's not the best. So let's move forward and check out the other features this infotainment system has. So that's the FM. Right here, first is your phone. Of course, you could connect your phone wirelessly via Bluetooth. Radio is here. Bluetooth. And your media connect through here, the USB. So I've told you earlier, this one has Apple CarPlay. So it's pretty basic. It's the head unit that we pretty much have on all modern cars today. Has Bluetooth, phone connectivity for that wireless calls, and of course Apple CarPlay, which is wired right here. Now let's go to the menu and check out the settings. Now in here you could adjust the sound settings. Sorry if it's kind of fading right here. Trying my best not to make it blur, but here we go. So here is the bass, balance faders, speed volume compensation control, Bluetooth settings, clock, display adjustment. So you have brightness level in here, contrast, day and night feature, rear camera setting, language, license, and factory data reset. So this one doesn't have any software updates. So technically what you have here is most probably the features that we will get from the Honda Civic 2025. So this would not change at all, and this is what you get. So that's it for the infotainment system. Now right here on the top you have your rear view mirror, map lights right here, which is LED, and right here you have your ambient lights, which really gives an ambience right here on the middle. Kind of gives a little bit of light for you to see what's in here, but not too bright for you to be distracted when driving. And right here is your vanity mirror with your window visor, lights right here, and a latch right here to put in some of your cards. Same goes to the passenger, and it has vanity mirror as well. Very nice. Now the dashboard right here is plastic material. It's actually the same material as the steering wheel, I would say. It's not hard plastic, it's soft touch material throughout the dashboard, which is quite nice. This really suggests the longevity and the durability of Honda's plastic materials. So it does not feel super cheap, but at the same time it's not leather or any of that sort, but it's good. It's soft touch, it's not noisy, and that will be okay. And in here on the bottom is your glove compartment. So not much space in here. You have your Honda Civic manual right in there. And I'll give you One more look of how the dashboard is. It really is really nice. I like how they designed this right here on the middle with that honeycomb grill. Really nice. So I think that's about it on the front cabin. Let's go and check out the rear seats. Now right here on the back, very similar design on the rear doors. You just lost the black piano black panel right here. It's now replaced with a plastic material right here on the back, but you still have the cloth inserts right here and your chrome door handles. And what's good about the speakers right here is you also have tweeter speakers right here on the back. And also, if you may have not noticed, the center seats lost its accent as compared to the front seats right here. Okay, now this is what I really like about the all-new Civic. The space of the legroom is very, very massive, and for a size of this car, not a full size but a mid-size sedan, this one's actually really good because the seats are actually pushed all the way back and it's slightly reclined as well, so that I could record pretty good on the front to give that maximum angle or wide angle. But even all of that, the legroom is still comfortable. Headroom, on the other hand, is very good. The headrest feels really comfortable and the seats are actually really comfortable here on the back. Now, this is what I really liked about the Honda Civic. So, as you have seen on my videos, last week I had a video shoot of the Honda Civic SIR and I sat on the back as well. I was already comfortable on the back on the Honda Civic SIR from 25 years ago. And this one is actually more comfortable. And you could really see the advancement of the tech, the performance, and the comfortability of the passengers to the modern cars. So that's really nice. Now right here on the middle, you have an armrest and two cup holders. Well, the Honda Civic SIR unfortunately did not come with your cup holders. And right here on the middle, you have air conditioning vents as well, which is nice. And this is probably a charger or a USB slot if you get the top of the line model. It's so unfortunate that they removed this daily necessities. I mean, the Honda Civic isn't a Honda City. It's somewhere in the middle, not better than the Accord, but better than the Honda City. But a USB charger, which most people use nowadays, they decided to remove it. I'm just so disappointed in the fact that these basic necessities, they still remove through this vehicle. And right here is LED light, center light right here. So if you can remember, the Honda Civic SIR came with the back speakers. Now this one doesn't have that, but it still has the third brake light right here. So here's the final view of the front cabin interior of the 2025 Honda Civic. So this is probably my favorite bit of the whole car. It's more of the interior to me compared to the exterior. You see, the Honda Civic FC, which was the previous generation of the Honda Civic, is somewhat very futuristic and sporty. But this one came into that premium and luxury look. It almost looks like a European car more than a Japanese car. Not to say that the Japanese brands are bad on interiors. It's just that, the Honda Civics was generally primed to me as a sporty economy car. And right here, this one doesn't look like an economy car anymore. This one mostly feels like a sports luxury car on the interior. And that's what I really like about the all-new Civic. So how about you guys? Do you like the all-new Honda Civic interior? Because me, honestly, I like this one the best in terms of interior. So there's a little room for improvement probably with just some of the features that this model lacks. But overall, the new design of the Honda Civic is really nice. What do you think? Comment down below. So let's go and check out the trunk area. Now, here on the back, as you can see, the Honda Civic has pretty much a decent space right here. And as you can see, my backpack goes all the way to the far on the back seats. Now, this one is an extra large camping chair, just for reference. And this is the bucket I used for the Chemical Guys shoot. So, probably a good 3, maximum of 4 luggages in here would fit. And right here is your spare tire with your tools in here that you need for replacing the tires. Now you have ambient light right here, which I would prefer if this one came in white. And you could pull this one so you could push down the seats to get maximum space, as you can see. So it's nice that you have this one in here, but it would be a lot better if this one step procedure, just pull this down and the seats would automatically fold. But for this case, it isn't that one. But it's good that you could fold the seats and gain access to the back. So I hope you enjoyed the full tour review of the all-new 2025 Honda Civic. There's a lot of improvements from the previous video. It's really a good thing that I experienced the Honda Civic from the 2000s before this shoot. So I could really tell the advancement of comfortability, safety, performance, and overall look of the Honda Civic after 25 years. So what can I say? The Honda Civic 2025 on this variant needs a little bit of improvement with this price point, but I would say it's a really good new car. Would I recommend it? Definitely yes. If you're a fan of the Honda Civic, then this is the good time to buy this new model. You get the best features, especially on the top of the line model, and you get this best interior. Well, that's a personal opinion, but personally, this interior is the best right now in the Honda Civic. It really matured its looks. So once again, thank you Red Rivera and to the tennis club of Mr. Redeem Rivera. Thank you for allowing me to experience the all-new Honda Civic. So once again, this is PatrickReyesTV signing out.